All right, guys, we're going to get into this clip here. So everybody's been talking about this, man. Let's react to it. Let's get into it, man.
Yes.
PBD.
I can't stand this regime. Yes, they've called. The only thing that's been persistent and consistent is the following. When the Shah was in Iran, did Israel already exist?
Yes.
Yes or no? Mm-hmm. Was Israel causing chaos? Was there war in the Middle East? Let me say this one more time. When Iran was ran by the
This guy got to be fucking kidding me,
Shah,
bro.
what year was the Shah of Iran? What years did he run Iran?
53 through 79, I think.
Okay, 53 is the oil consortium, so 54 is the oil consortium.
41
to 79.
Oh, wow.
Because he started at 21 years old, young man, right? 41 to 79. When did Israel become a nation?
48. Yeah.
Okay, so check this out. Why is it that between 48 to 79, while the Shah was the king of Iran, running Iran, why is it for 31 years there is no major war in the Middle East? Why is that? So to the people that want to say it's all Israel's fault, how come there wasn't that in Iran for 31 years? I'm curious. Answer that question for me. And why is it from 79, when the mullahs, the Hezbollahs, the IRGC, all these guys, the Khomeinis, all of them took over, why has there been chaos in the Middle East in 79? Whose fault is that? America's been consistent. Yes, I know America wanted the oil from Iran, and yes, I know UK wanted it, and MI6 and CIA and all this stuff. And yes, I also am aware that the Shah didn't trust Israel. The Shah didn't trust, what they were doing with media and finance and the ambition and the level and the control and the influence and all that stuff. He knew what was going on there. He wanted to compete with them. He didn't see himself as a victim. He's like, we're going to be doing the same thing. And I'm like, wait a minute, this guy's too ambitious and he thinks he can go up against all of us. Let's take this guy out. We need chaos in the Middle East. Oh, shit. Even Israel being involved, let's just say for Iran and the Shah fallen, there is chaos now in the Middle East. On who, though? On who, though? Who did that? So, yeah, for me, the most consistent thing behind the chaos in the Middle East has been Iran. That's just the reality of it.
Okay, man, so wow. How do we start with this one, man? I mean, there's just so many falsehoods with his statement, guys. This guy's claiming that Iran... Well, I would pose... The first question I would pose to him is like, when did Iran ever even start a war? When was Iran responsible for even starting a war? Who started the war in Yemen? The genocide that was occurring in Yemen for the past 10 years. Oh, we forget about Yemen because they're poor, insignificant individuals that are overlooked. Did we forget about Saudi Arabia starting a genocide in Yemen? Did we forget about Israel's imperialistic advances in the West Bank and Gaza for the past 50, 60 some odd years? Right? Or 70 years, 75 since 48. Did we forget about America falsely claiming that Iraq and Afghanistan were involved in 9/11 when it was Saudi Arabia and CIA intel? And the Mossad working hand in hand to conduct that operation? When exactly was Iran involved in anything? Iran had two formidable democracies that they attempted to establish. One was in 1910, and the second one was Mossadegh, right? And then they overthrew him, and the Shah came in, which the Shah was a monarch, so he wasn't very democratic. And the entire Iranian population flipped on the Shah. Now, he does have his loyalists because they got paid a lot of money, right? That's why they most of them living out here in LA, they made a lot of money during the Shah, so they're obviously going to be loyal to him. But he was a monarch, and he was against Israel, surprisingly. He was getting too powerful, right? So they took him out, and that's what they usually do. Once you get too powerful, the West conducts a regime change, right? And, Iran knew that they're up next somehow. They knew that Khamenei's regime was, again, becoming too powerful, becoming too advanced, becoming too sophisticated. They can't have that in the Middle East. They're supposed to be brain-dead camel jockeys, right? So Iran had to do what it had to do in building a line of defense, a proxy line of defense of non-state actors who are going to resist Western imperialism and occupation. Right? And that's what people call the axis of resistance or whatever the case is. So, because every other country was being cucked. Every other country was being cucked. Jordan is being cucked. Egypt is being cucked. And by the way, all these regimes are fragile. Right? So tomorrow, if Israel sees, Jordan is, could now become a threat, or Jordan is obtaining a sophisticated ballistic missile system or enriching uranium, the king of Jordan will be ousted. But no, he's getting too powerful and sophisticated. We don't have him under our thumb. Get rid of him, right? So for this clown to make this baseless claim, like Iran is the root cause of chaos in the Middle East, it just shows like and he knows it's not that, right? But again, this is the whole thing with the propaganda warfare that people need to be careful, because you got to study somebody's background. What is this guy? Where is he coming from? What angle? Right? He's coming from the angle of his family benefited during the Shah. And he's a religious minority in Iran. So his descendants don't have power within the current regime, don't have influence. All right? So, again, to make a claim like that is very foolish. And stuff like this, guys, is what literally takes the oxygen out of having any rational conversation with some of these people. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.